Hello, everybody. This is Orange, and welcome to my Abyss. And I have something, I guess, kind of a little bit different. I guess kind of not different if you saw my video I did a couple weeks ago when I ranked a lot of Alice in the Country of Hearts characters, but I want to go rank the Precure seasons. If you do not know, I am a big old huge fan of the franchise Precure. If you don't know what Precure is, it's a magical girl franchise, which it's a magical girl franchise, of course. It's big, it's iconic, it's been going on for 20 years now. The newest season, Hero Sky Pretty Cure, is going to start up next week. Like this week, I guess, if you count your weeks like that. And it's going to be its 20th anniversary, and it's already looking so good. You can, check my Twitter to see my rants and rambles about all my opinions on the season from all the news we've gotten so far. But I wanted to do a thing where I just, rank all the Pretty Cure seasons, because, again, I love Pretty Cure. I've watched all the seasons. Some of them I've watched through even more than once. Because why not? But it's a wonderful franchise that I think you should just dive into and just watch one, because even one is good. And if you don't know anything about Pretty Cure, again, it's a massive franchise in Japan. Right now it's currently 19 seasons, about to start its 20th, and pretty much all those 19 seasons are independent. You can watch them on your own. The only thing you'll really get by watching more than one is oh, these are how the tropes are used in this season. There are a few exceptions that you need to watch this one after this one, but I'll bring those up when we get to them. But really, if you like how I talk about any of these seasons, and you want to check them out, go right ahead. You can really start from anywhere you want to. So let's jump into this. And I also want to jump in first by adding as well, I like all the Pretty Cure seasons. I think all of the Pretty Cure seasons are really good, magical girl television. I think some are better than others. There's some that I enjoy a lot more than others, but none of them I would say are bad. All of them have at least good episodes, good characters, good moments that just make the entire thing, I think, worth watching. Saying that because a lot of Pretty Cure fans, it really seems like the only show they ever watch is Pretty Cure. And it's this is the worst show I've ever watched. Every character was awful, and it burned down all of my crops. And then you watch it, and it's perfectly fine children's television. So I'm just saying that even if I rank a series low, I still like the series, and I'll bring up some of my reasoning too. So let's jump into this. This is a list, of course, on Tier Maker. Everyone knows about Tier Maker, so go ahead and do your own if you want to. And I did rank all the seasons last year, but I think my opinions may have changed, may have not. We'll see how that goes. Also, Delicious Party hadn't aired yet, and we were only halfway through Tropical-Rouge, so I guess I ranked it more than a few years ago. All right, so let's get started with Doki Doki. Where do I put you, Doki Doki Pretty Cure? I guess I'll say my general thoughts on the season first. Doki Doki Pretty Cure is a good time. I think it's really nice. It's a very story-driven Pretty Cure, which is very new, because Pretty Cure is typically very episodic, with a few episodes hindering towards the overall plot, but Doki Doki has a constant momentum, which makes it very fun to watch. Typically when I watch Pretty Cure, when I was watching through the backlog, I would watch 2 episodes a day. And because it's very episodic, very rarely do you have an episode that is important to the plot. But Doki Doki, a lot of the episodes are important to the plot, and I think it's fun. I like the characters enough. A common complaint I do hear about this is the lead, Mana Shizumarisu. I'm going to say that very wrong. I'm going to say this very bluntly. Everyone is using that word incorrectly. She is not Marisu with the slightest by any definition. First of all, stop using that phrase. None of you means what I think it means. But also, she is, a very, peppy character who does a lot of things. But, she's also called out for, a lot of stuff, too. So, guys, stop. But, I don't know, Doki Doki's a fun time. It's a really fun time. I think I'll put it at a solid, no. Put you at a solid B for now, because it is a really good, fun time. But, it doesn't really scratch the itch. Scratch the itch like other Pretty Cures do, but, it's a good... I think it might be even a good starter series, because I at least know, I'm so sorry, guys, if we're bringing up Glitter Force, Pretty Cure has a few dubs. One pretty accurate one of the first season, we'll get to you later. Watch that one if you want a dub. It's pretty accurate. It changes around some names, but it has all the episodes at least. But Doki Doki and Smile Pretty Cure are... they have English dubs under the name Glitter Force, and they're fine. I think they're fun dubs with they're very for kids. They actually are very for kids. I think Doki Doki has at least half of its episode cut out. So watch Glitter Force if you want to, but know there's more. And then let's move on to Maho Sky, or Maho Girls, however you want to say it. It's the one with the witches. This one is also, I think it's like one of the most aesthetically like beautiful Precure series. Like, oh, it is so pretty to look at for like most of it. I love the designs. I love the gimmick that like the Miracle and Magical, the main two at least, before the mid-season. I love the gimmick that like they can change their like a magical girl outfits to like suit the occasion better. I would have liked them to, I guess do that more, but but it's like a really cool gimmick that I would love to see Precure like revisit at least. But if they do revisit it, I think it'll be for another duo season because it's like a lot of outfits to design. And honestly speaking, I'm never a fan of the duo seasons. There's one exception, but like typically speaking, I like seasons with a lot larger cast. I think there's a lot more fun there. But just like smaller, like solo magical girls or like dual magical girls, like they need to have like a really either interesting like supporting cast or like plot around them to make me like interested in them. And Maho Sky like kinda does that. It has some like really interesting aspects to it, but I don't think it like ever explores any of them fully. And I'm just gonna put you in. I think it was. Oh God, where do I put you? Oh God, C or D. I'm gonna. Hmm. God, this is harder than I thought. I'm gonna leave you in D for now, but I may raise you up or lower you. It's still a fantastic season. It also has like my favorite ending in the entire Precure franchise, but it's just like kind of boring to me at least. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Queens. A canon in love with a daughter, but like I'm so sorry, Queens. And the movement on, we're going straight up to the top immediately with Smile Pretty Cure. I love Smile Pretty Cure. I know that's not a weird thing to say at all because Smile Pretty Cure like is one of the fan favorites, but it's so good. Like all the characters like it. I think at least all the characters get like time in the spotlight, some more than others, but all of them get their like time to like be the best. And like it's really funny. Like I laughed out loud so many times while watching through the series, which is kind of rare when I'm watching comedies, but like also it's really emotional too, and it's just like so good. And just please watch Smile Pretty Cure. It is so fun. I would actually say that this is probably like one of the best starting points if you want to like go for a more like comedy in quotation marks, because oh my god, it does get so sad heavy series. It's just like so fun and so good, and I love it so much. It's just such a good time, and it's so tasty. This is also probably one of the seasons that has like the least amount of story going on, but like that doesn't matter because like it's the characters that matter in Smile. And then the next one is Delicious Party Pretty Cure. Where do I put you, Delicious Party? I think I'm gonna move you up to B. I'll move you above Doki Doki too. Smile Pretty Cure. No, that's Delicious Party Pretty Cure is the Pretty Cure season that wrapped up the most recently. So it was the 2022 season, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. I liked a majority of the cast. I do think the standout characters are Mary and Spicy. I love Cure Spicy. Cure Spicy is actually the I went to a store and was able to find a Cure Spicy figurine, so I have her, and she is fantastic. Aside from that, like I did really like Delicious Party, but I feel like it really dragged like in its later half, but then like it totally made up for it with just like how good the ending arc was. Like, oh my god, that was probably like one of the best like ending like arcs for episodes like in all like that Pretty Cure has had in a long time. And it's just like I think like the strengths of Delicious Party like really outweigh the weaknesses. And I think one of the big weaknesses is, as much as I love you, Black Pep, like I love you, man, but I just wish they would have made you a Cure, because like he's always on the outskirts, just like almost being part of the cast, but then like he never gets any substantial anything, and I feel so bad. And then like Finale, I do like her in concept. She's the Sixth Ranger. If you don't know anything about Pretty Cure, is that usually halfway through the season they introduce a new Cure to like boost toy sales and get ratings up again. And she's that one, and she is a Cure that was redeemed. We have a few Sixth Rangers who we'll talk about probably later who are previous villains who get redeemed. And like when she was the villain Gentle, like she was I don't think she was ever like established much as a villain. Like I never like got the point like who she was when she was a villain. Why do we want to see her redeemed? Like how bad is it at the gang? So like that always fell flat. But then like the episodes she had like after like dealing with like how she felt post redemption, like I think those were great. But I think they were just written for the wrong character. And it's weird because I think like a lot of the other villains in Delicious Party like did a lot better job like establishing themselves like as redeemable villains than she did, like because she was nothing when she was a villain. She was just like there. We never got like a grasp of anything. But I loved you post redemption. Like your episodes were some of my favorites. Then Precious and Yui were just Precious and Yum Yum were just there, and also the fairies were so cute. We love those. But like yeah, pretty good season. I say it's just a good B. And then next up we got Fresh Pretty Cure. Where do I put you, Fresh? I think I will put you in B for now. I think we're gonna get a lot of Bs. Fresh Pretty Cure is kind of like the season that reinvented Pretty Cure. It's a good one. It's a real good one. But I just think it's like lacking in a few aspects I normally look for in Pretty Cure. Like it has some like really fantastic moments. Like our Six Ranger, our mid season, like she's like one of the best like villain redemption arcs we have. Because and they've like really established her like both before and after she like turns good. But then like I think it just becomes like it becomes the Precious and Peach show, and it really like we have some focus on Barry, but like Pine becomes like a total background element. Guys, it's not just the new seasons. Like pretty much every Pretty Cure season like focused on some characters, and usually like one character would always just be left behind in the dust. But just like it has a lot of great moments. I love the villains in this season too. They're so much fun. Oh god, I actually think I might put you above Delicious. I might even move you up to A. Yeah, I might move you up to A for now. I'm just remembering how much I love how much I love this one. Like the animation at some points I think can look a bit like wonky and weird, but when it looks good, it is so tasty. If you don't know, if you're a fan of just like good action animation, Pretty Cure is like chock full of it. But you also have to like wade through like episodes of sometimes like really poor animation to get to like that juicy good stuff. But yeah, it's a good time. I mean, I'll put you here for now, but maybe move you up later. Okay, and going up next, oh god, we have Go Princess Pretty Cure. And if you don't know anything about Pretty Cure is Go Princess is probably like is probably considered to be like one of the best in the entire show. It is consistently like beautifully animated. It has like a fantastic plot, wonderful designs, just like such good theming, such good music. Everything about it people adore. And I'm a fan of the series too, but I just I just don't think I like it as much as others. I think I'm going to put you oh god, I'm gonna put you in here. I again, Go Princess is a beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous season, and I would also suggest it to be like a good starting Pretty Cure because it literally is one of the best. But it's just like, it doesn't really like appeal to a lot of the stuff to me personally. I love, I love a lot of things about it, but it just like it never really fully clicked with me in a lot of aspects. But it's like I love a lot of it, but it's just like because I've been recently trying to like rewatch through a lot of Pretty Cure seasons, and like I was like in the first few episodes of Go Princess, and it was like I was not that enthralled to like keep on watching because again, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and you know sometimes the most beautiful and wonderful stuff like just doesn't hit you on the level as more flawed things do. So I'm so sorry. This is objectively wrong for me to put you in B tier, but like the the heart wants what it wants. But please do watch this one. It is absolutely gorgeous. Ignore my bad opinion. And now we have from the best to considered one of the worst. We have Happiness Charge. Happiness Charge is commonly considered to be like one of the least good Pretty Cure entries in the franchise. And I do agree at some point. I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm also not the biggest fan of Happiness Charge. Oh god, where do I put you now? I think this was the 10th anniversary season too, so that was also a big bummer for people. But like I like it's not my favorite, but I also like don't hate it as much as like other people do. Just looking at the other ones, yeah, I'm gonna put you like high D, where I think Happiness Charge has like fantastic moments. It has like Cure Honey is like one of my favorite Pretty Cures. She's the blonde. She's so good and wonderful, and I love her. She's so cute. She's just such a fun character. But then it's just like bogged down with a bunch of like weird stuff. They have the entire character of Blue, and I hate Blue. He's the worst Pretty Cure character. Every time someone's like, the worst Pretty Cure character is Milky Rose, I'm like, no, Blue literally exists. You have no right opinion. He's the worst, and he's a good guy. But it's just like I think it had like a lot of interesting ideas that it never really fully took advantage of. Like I like the idea of the international cures, but why are all of them white? Because you have a lot of Pretty Cures in this, and there's so many like cool ideas and things that could have been capitalized on, but it's just like, eh. And then it has some like pretty. I think like the early episodes of Happiness Charge has like really good, interesting like visuals and animation and like just like an interesting art direction. Then like for a while it just gets super ugly, and then like it becomes okay. But it's just like I'm so sorry I'm putting you here. You just could have been much more, but you weren't. And then Healing Good. Oh god, I'm so sorry guys, because I have a friend who loves Healing Good so much, but I'm putting you at the bottom. I'm so sorry. And again, I love all the Pretty Cure seasons. Like, I adore all of these seasons. But it's just like, one has to go with the bottom, and alas, it's Healing Good. Healing Good, again, it's a perfectly fine season. It's just like, I think because it was the season that aired during 2022, if you don't know, COVID times, and it had like, and like production was not optimized for that. They took like a break in the middle, and because of that, like it really like neutered a lot of development that a lot of the characters like could have went through. Aside from that, I found the series just like kind of kind of like boring and not in a good way, and like it lacked a lot of like the stakes that I think it did. It just like it lacked a lot of stuff, and I just like never really vibed with it too much. I do think the character designs are beautiful, and like and Grace is like one of my favorite like lead Pretty Cure. I think she's wonderful, and I think the arc she had at the end of the series was absolutely fantastic and so important. Like I am a sucker for a good redemption arc. I have two good redemption arcs up here, but also I think it is also important to like tell like kids too, like, hey, sometimes you don't have to forgive the bad person. Sometimes you can just fire them with your big love laser and kill them. But yeah, I love so many aspects about you, but it's just like so clunky, and I didn't really connect with any of the characters too much, and I'm so sorry. But immediately we are moving back up to the top. I'm so sorry I'm generic like this, but you're going the best one. Nope. There we go. This is HeartCatch Pretty Cure. And if you know anything about Pretty Cure, it's probably that everyone considers HeartCatch Pretty Cure to be the best one, and they are correct. At least in my opinion. I love the animation. I love the character designs, the comedy, like every pretty much the story, the songs, every beat in HeartCatch Pretty Cure I think is absolutely wonderful and perfect, and it's just fantastic. I don't think I can like quantify how much I adore HeartCatch Pretty Cure. It just means so much, and it's just so good, guys. It's so good. It's so good. I can't tell you how much I adore HeartCatch Pretty Cure. And then we're moving on to Hugtto Pretty Cure. I think this was the 15th anniversary season. And with Hugtto, I'm gonna put you in A. Now, Hugtto I think is pretty much the season that like made Pretty Cure like a lot more popular. At least in that's when I first started like seeing getting like traction on Twitter with Hugtto Pretty Cure. I actually didn't start watching Pretty Cure until Star Twinkle, which is right there. But like I saw a lot of people talking about Hugtto when it was coming out, and it did get Pretty Cure on my radar. And I think it's a really like good solid season. I think it has some of the highest highs and the lowest lows in the entire Pretty Cure franchise. I think it has like character arcs and like episodes and animation bits that are like so good, like they surpass like S tier. I think it has fantastic moments, but then it has just moments that like I think drag the series to an awful halt. There's some things in this series that I absolutely just like do not like. But it has so many other good things that I adore, and so many good like emotional moments. I think this would be like the most fun Pretty Cure season to watch with people because it has like so much stuff going on. But it's like I like the characters, but I really think like I really think Atoll and Anj like really get shafted, and it does something that I always hate when magical girl series do, especially specifically with Pretty Cure. And it's when like the show is like only allowed to like substantially clown on the pink, and like I get it, she's the most relatable character. You gotta like make them a goofy goober somehow, but it's like when you're only making fun of the pink, I just start feeling like bad for her. I think it's like it was the Little Mermaid episode, and like all the girls get wonderful, beautiful outfits. Then they dress Yale up as an old man, and I'm like, okay, at this point you're just making fun of her, and I feel bad. So that's just the one gripe that I always have with like Pretty Cure seasons when it's like when it's like only the pink is allowed to be goofy and silly. She's the only one we're allowed to actually make fun of. But it's like, please, no, stop. But yeah, I'm putting it here because again, you have such amazing, good moments in you that are just so beautiful. So you get A rank. And then we have KiraKira, Pretty Cure, a la mode. I think that's the longest Pretty Cure title. And KiraKira is, I think, a really good fun time, but I am going to drop you in C. I think it has some like the strongest like character designs like in the Pretty Cure franchise. I forgot which Pretty Cure like YouTuber talked about it, but they were like talking about the like some outfits, and like if you were presented with like the group of all the girls in their costumes, the KiraKira girls will like stand out the most because they like mix animals and sweets in like such a good way, and I think KiraKira has some really like fantastic moments throughout it as well. But it just like it doesn't really hit a lot of high notes. Like I love Waffle. He's not a hero, but he's there anyway. I love Parfait, Chocolat, and Macaron. But a lot of and I even like I like Custard not as much as like other people do. But I like her a bunch. But it's like it doesn't really hit a lot of the moments or vibe as well. I do think it is a beautiful series to watch, but it just has like a lot of like draggy moments that I'm not too much of a fan of. Okay, guys, we're coming to the mothers. Oh God, Why are you in front? You were the first one. So, yeah, we're moving on to the next one. And I don't want people to get mad at me, but at this point, who cares? Um, I'm gonna put We Are Pretty Cure and Max Heart in C tier. I am so sorry, guys. If you don't know, these two are the first two seasons of Pretty Cure. This is also where one of the caveats bring up. Also, a caveat I actually didn't bring up with Hugtto is there is two episodes that have their crossover with like the entire, pretty much every Pretty Cure up to that point. As I think, as long as you go into the season like knowing it's a franchise, like you can start with it, it'll be fine. And also open your door to like, I like this design, I'm gonna go watch that one. But these two, there's We Are Pretty Cure, then We Are Pretty Cure Max Heart, and it is a direct sequel to this one. So don't consider it as two season. It is one season just with a new character. So watch these two together if you're ever to watch them. But like it's a really fine first season. Pretty Cure is like such a different thing now from what it started as. It's so interesting, but it's I like Nagisa and Hanukkah. I like the dynamic that they do have. But again, it always falls into the thing where Nagisa she gets so much clowned on. She gets clowned on so much more than Hanukkah ever does, and I always feel bad for her. And it's like it's pretty light on plot, and I think neither it is a duo, and like neither of them I think are strong enough to like make me go back and rewatch the series a whole bunch. It's iconic. It has some like the best like action animation, and I think also like one of the best friendships formed between our main leads. But it's just like not something that I personally enjoy as much as like other seasons. And it is very important to watch. And then it got a sequel where they got slightly updated outfits, and they also added Shiny Luminous back here. And I I do rank it I think worse than the original. I like Shiny Luminous as a concept, but like she's just like another Hanukkah. She's another like a demure and like girly girl. And it's like she's a fine character, but I don't need a cast with two Hanukkahs running around. And and now I'm gonna lose all of you because I'm putting Star Splash in A tier. I love you, Star Splash. It's a duo team that I actually adore. I adore Star Splash so much. I think the vibes are chill. The girls are good. I think the designs are god awful. These are some of like the worst outfits ever designed for the entire Pretty Cure franchise, but I don't care because I like them now because I like the characters that much. It's just a good, fun, chill time that I love going back to. It's so good. And then we're moving on to my first Eve. We're moving on to Star Twinkle. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put you above them. I love Star Twinkle. Like I know it has its issues. I know it has its issues with plotting and pacing, and I know that a lot of people consider it the Milky Show. But like as I said, pretty much every Pretty Cure season like focuses like some characters are just left behind, and even then like Soleil and Celine, like they get a lot of screen time too. Like even in the latter half of the season, like I think Soleil has some like the best episodes when they aren't just like focusing on her one character trait. It is also the first like dark skin Pretty Cure, and I would like to see, or she's also the first dark skin Pretty Cure, and I would personally love to see that more. And it's weird you just got the one, but oh well, oh well. I would like to see that more, guys, please. Soleil is she's one of my favorites. I love her so much. But she's like such a good season. I love the villains. It really hit me, and it being my first Pretty Cure has a very special place in my heart. And I love the aesthetics and the outfits. It's just such a good time. And then we're ending off this list good. We have Sweet Pretty Cure, and I'm putting you up to S tier. And I know this is weird because I do think Sweet Pretty Cure is one of the more divisive seasons, but I love it. It's just so goofy and silly, but it has like so many heartfelt moments, and I think the outfits are so cute. And it has like just so many like interesting like plot turns, I think. I like it when Pretty Cure trolls the audience. I wish it did that more. Like Doki Doki trolled the audience, and I love it. People still haven't recovered. This one also kind of trolls the audience too. It's just like such a good fun time. If you want a good fun time, just such a good time. I also like laughed out loud several times while watching this one too, so it has to be this high up. And then we have Tropical-Rouge. Where to put you, Tropical-Rouge? I think I'll put you in A tier too. Now, Tropical-Rouge like is a very jokey joke season as well. It was made it was the season that was made like after Healing Good, so I think people realize we have to pump it through with comedy, otherwise like what are we gonna do? And I do think like some stuff suffers because of like its like focus on comedy, but it has like plenty of really hard-hitting moments that like always got to me. And also the comedy's fun, and I love the cast of characters. I think they're so fun. And as you guys always say, it's always the Lemur show, and I'm like, I don't care. Lemur is a fun character to follow, and again, a lot of Precure seasons like become the blank show where they don't focus on the entire team. I just think it's like a good time. It's just something about it, man. Something about it really sparks that joy. And then we're moving on to, let me put you in the right order as well. Yes 5 and Yes 5 GoGo. This is the other season that's the exception to the rule. Yes 5 GoGo is a direct sequel to Yes 5, so make sure to watch these together, or at least don't start with Yes 5 GoGo. And I really like I really like Yes 5 and Yes 5 GoGo. Do I like you enough? You know what? Oh, I think I'm going to make an executive decision. Let's make an executive decision. Yeah, there we go. It's weird putting them in different tiers like that, but I guess I kind of have to. So Yes 5 was pretty much the first Precure series that wasn't focused on a duo. It was a team, as the title says. It's 5. Then in GoGo they add another one, Milky Rose. And I think it's a really fun season. Like, it has like its occasional growing pains because, oh god, now we have to animate 5 girls, but it has like fantastic like moments with a character and stuff. I do not appreciate the student teacher romance though. That can go burn. I'm so glad that Mary's like this, because they did this in stupid in Heart in Happiness Charge 2, where it's like, oh, will our lead fall in love with Blue, the immortal god? I love how Mary is just like a guy, and they're the dad. They're the dad. I love them. I love him so much. But like, that's one thing I don't like about Yes 5 or Yes 5 GoGo is the student teacher relationship. I just always love going back to it. It's just like a fun thing to go back to. But I did something kind of unpopular, and I actually like GoGo more than the original. You might be thinking, why? That's so weird. I think a common thing people say is because Yes 5, like it does all the character stuff, and so all the character arcs are finished by the time we get to GoGo. And like, you're kind of true, but you're also kind of not true, because we also have Milky Rose added to the cast and Syrup, and they're fantastic, and I love them. And also, the more important thing is Boombi. He gets to the development. Boombi, the best character in all of Precure. He's in this one too, but he's more of a pathetic little man in this one, and that's all I care about in Precure. I also like the designs more in GoGo. I don't understand why like all of them are like yellow. Like, I like these. I have grown on the original designs a lot more than I originally have, but like, I like these designs a whole lot more. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, that is my Precure list. Things might change. I might rewatch a season and totally change my ranking. Who knows? Who knows? But what's your Precure ranking? Tell me in the comments below. Are my opinions bad? Most likely. They're always bad. Thank you very much for watching this video. I cannot wait for Hero Girl Sky Precure. We've gotten so much news. Again, check my Twitter to hear me talk nonstop about that news. And you guys have a wonderful day. Have a lovely night.